Hey, what's up everybody? Hope you're doing well. I'm here today chatting about some of the boards that I got the chance to ride this season, and I want to dive into what is not even arguably, it's easily my favorite board in the lineup. It has been since I first stepped foot on one in 2010, and that is the Burton Custom X. It's so much fun. It's like a rocket ship under your feet, and you know, you have to know what you're doing to ride a board of this caliber, but it excels in all departments. It is just a hard charger. It's super light, agile. You know, dragonfly core is what helps all of that make sense. You got the traditional camber, your sintered base, twin flex, directional shape. It is so much fun to ride. I bought it last year and I initially put the step-on bindings on it. You know, long story short, step-on's not for me. So I put it away, and this year I'm like, I need to give it a little bit more love and put it through the motions. So I put the Cartel X on it and I had a blast this season. You know, I try and pick the best days because you want ideal conditions for this. I love riding it on fresh groomers and, you know, maybe just a little bit of dusting, but yeah, really fun board. Hard charging, the flex is really strong, you know, lots of pop in this one. It goes. I can put my whole pinky finger underneath that without actually lifting the board. So when it comes to camber and you compare some of the other boards, in a previous video I mentioned that the sketch artist lands flat, and that is you know, very much indicative of the flex and the actual layup and the pressing that happened on that board. So a lot of fun. You know, as people have already talked, I don't need to go into great lengths about it, but this was the first year that Burton was bringing back some of the glossy tops after going a little bit more environmentally friendly. And, you know, through like 2017, 2018, all the way up till 24, 25, there was mostly just matte graphics. The top sheets are very durable, rugged, shall we say. So this one, they went to a gloss, a little bit of an experimental, and I think it didn't land as expected. It scuffs up so easily. I think I have 2 days on this, and you know, this is a chip from my boot just kind of stepping on it, and you know, something like that shouldn't really happen. It scratches very easily. Traditional cleaners that I use to clean the top sheet of my boards just ruin it basically. So I wouldn't necessarily recommend that anybody buys this model. If you can find it used, sure. A different model, yes, because the board itself is phenomenal. This is my third or fourth Custom X, so I'm not knocking the board. I'm just saying that this year's graphic was not the greatest success, and I think they knew that. You could tell even in how it was being packaged and everything. It was a very delicate board, but performance wise, so much fun. You know, when you put bindings on and you step in your boots and you kind of just stand there, if you're able to look into a mirror, and if you just wiggle your toes, the board will move. That's how responsive it is. It doesn't require a lot of movement. So, you know, in the super sketchy situations where like you have to jerk really fast, I always rely on this board to get me out of some of the worst situations. It just responds on a dime. There's no question about it. Best board in the lineup, has been for years. If I had to choose one board, and I'll say this over and over, if I had to choose one board for the rest of my life, it'd be the Custom X. So go grab one. Make sure you know how to ride it, because it's a really aggressive board, but have fun doing it. So there you go. Did I show the base? Yeah, it's cool. Burton, simple. Got that rainbow graphic and matte finish down here. So a lot of fun, and yeah, that's how it goes. Peace.